Hey, welcome to the final Frankston episode of Luke and Lewis. The last time
We're all pretty excited.
I'm not. Come on.
100% of us are thrilled.
Come on, guys. It's not that bad. I'm happy to be moving on, but I'm also going to miss this place a little bit.
You're a little bit offended that three of us don't want to be in your house.
Yeah, that's what it really is. Is like I'm very angry that you guys are just so happy to never come here again. Because really, you will never come here again. Why would you ever come here after this is gone?
Do you guys want to know something crazy? Yeah. Lewis has only ever been to my house twice, and he's never been inside.
True.
People think we're really close friends.
Yeah. We're close friends.
You've never come to my house.
Yes, I have.
Once was the regional tour.
Yeah. Pick you up.
We all met there with the van.
Yeah.
With the motorhome.
Yeah.
And then the other time was when you came to my house at 8 a.m. and told me I was late.
Yeah, just to help you get here on time.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good friend behavior.
Keelan's come to my house more.
Why are you going to his house?
Just to hang out.
Hang out.
What did you do?
One time we went on a walk.
Yeah.
Another time we went and got Palmer's.
Yeah.
Oh, and another time you rocked up
drunk.
Okay.
And then you slept on my couch.
Would you like me to show up like off my face one time?
That'd be preferred. Thank you.
That'd be
but
like,
yeah.
good friend behavior. Rocking up at your house, pissed out of my mind. Maybe I'll bring a friend that you haven't met before.
Yeah.
And just invite him over.
Bring
to
your friend
house.
Steven and sleep on my couch with the both of you.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but you're right. I'll probably never come back here. Only because you are considering moving soon, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, I might come back if I have a reason to.
We'll see. The point is, this is the final Frankston episode,
Yeah.
guys. Sound off below. What are you going to miss about the Frankston episodes? Let us know.
I think the curtains people will miss.
Yeah, we are getting rid of the curtains.
The curtains are gone.
Yeah. And look, I'm not going to say we're going to miss the curtains. I will say there's a little space in my heart for the curtains, but they are horrific.
The curtains grew on people and grew on us, just like the opener of the show.
Yeah.
We were not overly fond of the do at the start.
Yeah.
Then it just stuck.
No, it's a shoot.
We love it.
Yeah.
I
can't say the same about the curtains. I say I grew to not hate. I grew to love the intro. I grew to not hate the curtains.
I mean, they're spotlight curtains. They're like $18.
They're barely curtains. I don't know who would hang these in their house.
Yeah, what are they for other than podcast sets?
I don't know. Because remember when we were like, we bought some, and then when we moved here, we needed more.
Yeah.
And both of us were like, well, there's no way the same shade will be there.
Yeah.
We got there, and they were on sale.
They only had the same shade, and they were half price.
Yeah, so they'd obviously sat there for a whole year with not a single person buying them other than us.
Yeah.
That's the only time they sold orange curtains was when we were setting up a podcast set, and then when we set up another podcast set.
I spoke to the lady, the lady who served us at the checkout at Spotlight. Comes to our shows now.
Yeah, that's
right.
And
I spoke to her after the show, and I said, "Have you sold any since?" She goes, "Absolutely not." We don't know why we stocked them. She goes, "I remember being so shocked when you bought them."
Yeah. That's how shocking it is that anyone would buy these.
And large
quantities. She had
quantities.
to Google us. She was like, as if they bought the orange curtains. Who the fuck are these guys? I need to find out more.
Yes. But it is the last episode. I'm going to miss Rod.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you're ever going to get him back to mow lawns, but I will miss him regardless.
Yeah. I'm going to miss him, even though I'm not moving. I'm staying here. I'm going to miss him because I'll never see him again.
I personally think the show will suffer not having a lawnmower in the background for majority of some episodes.
Yeah, that's true. That's been a regular occurrence with the Frankston episodes.
It's happened twice.
The ambiance of a lawnmower.
There was hardstyle in the warehouse.
Yeah.
I was honestly a little bit opposed to the new place where we're going. The people who built the studio suggested soundproof curtains. And I was like, well,
we've
not
never
really
done
our
that.
vibe.
That's really against the tradition of all of our content.
You know what I actually said? Remember in the meeting, I was like, oh, don't stress about it.
Yeah, they looked at you like you were fucking insane. They were like, yeah, so what we can do is we're gonna put up these beautiful like soundproof curtains. And Luke was like, oh, that doesn't really bother us, you know?
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? You go, oh, well, we've been recording out of like a tin shed and then a garage.
I was like, if you guys could just do some drilling or something while we're recording, we'd feel more comfortable that way.
Oh yeah, to be honest, having an actual set is the biggest step up in the show's history ever because we've just been this isn't a set. This is curtains in front of a brick wall. And before this it was curtains in front of a tin wall. So this is going to be the first ever set that the podcast has. I'm excited for it.
You know, we already talked about this, but I'm very excited about these new couches.
Oh yeah.
I tried to have a nap in this one before the show. Did not work.
Yeah, these are like dentist chairs. We're getting rid of everything.
I look like a pretzel. I was like all shriveled up on it. Not
the
good.
only thing we're keeping is Radio Mic 2.0, and that's only because they haven't released 3.0.
Yeah. It is the end of an era.
Yeah.
You thought,
Yeah.
there's only one way to celebrate this end of this part of the show.
Yep.
Not a lot will change, but it will not have Frankston energy about it.
Yeah.
It might, we don't know.
I might bring a bit of that energy from Frankston to the show.
Bring a knife and a bad attitude.
Yep. But I think that the best way to end this is with one of my world famous sketches that have been killing recently on the show.
Yeah.
I did a sketch for the end of Zoom. I then had to remake that sketch with more context.
Yeah.
I've learned from those two previous sketches. I don't think I'm going to have to remake this one. This is a completely original, brand new sketch, plenty of context, some familiar voices and faces you may recognize, and it's all about the era of the Frankston shows ending.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoy. Well, I'm the Frankston era of Luke and Lewis, as represented by me, this voice. I am the Frankston episodes of Luke and Lewis, and that is me, and I'm continuing on forever. Oh no! Is that another 18-wheeler that represents a brand new studio and a cool new opportunity that Luke and Lewis have capitalized on? I'm sure it won't kill me.
Hello, I'm an 18... I say it now. Hello, I am an 18-wheeler, and I represent the end of an era for the Luke and Lewis show. Now I'm going to drive into you and kill you, Frankston episodes.
Oh no, I'm dying! Oh, my organs! Oh, I'm getting crushed! Oh, everything inside me's minced. I'm dead. I'm never coming back. This sucks. Are they going to keep the curtains? Oh, we'll have to find out. Wait and see. Oh, I've died and gone to heaven. Who are you?
I am the Warehouse episodes. I have been here for 1 year, listening to hardstyle and ripping Russian farts.
I'm the Zoom episodes, and I'm also dead and a ghost. Ooh.
Welcome to heaven.
Hell.
Heaven. Okay.
That's the end. What do you think, guys?
Wow.
Really good.
Yeah, that's your best one yet.
Oh,
What a way to
thanks so
end
much.
a year-long era of the show. And thank you for fulfilling the demand that I'm
That's all right.
assuming there is for these sketches.
My best sketch yet.
I think so.
I can't wait for when we move into this new place for it to end so I can do another sketch.
I go to him. I go, "Oi, do you want me to re-record that Russian bit? My accent wasn't very good, and I don't think we really had a punchline." And he goes, "No, that's all good." Thinking like you had something else planned, just put it in.
I put a fart in there. You don't like that bit?
No, I thought it was stronger.
Yeah. I think it was good. That's my masterwork.
I think we make it a rule on our show: we never do more than one take for a sketch,
I think that's been an unspoken
or
rule.
actually never even script it.
Yeah. I don't think we've ever scripted sketches.
Yeah, I think we did a couple back in the radio days, but that's because we were scared about losing our jobs. Now we realize that
You guys pay our wage.
yeah,
so it's all
regardless
sweet.
of the quality of the sketches, the show continues to thrive.
That's right. So I think that's good, and I even think that going even further beyond that and just including the fucked up takes in the sketch,
Yeah.
is kind of my signature.
Should I say it now?
What?
They're him.
Oh.
He's like, okay,
Go now.
get out.
I think that's the signature.
You really
of our
portrayed
sketches.
that 18-wheeler with such a passion for acting. I am an 18-wheeler. What's the next line?
Now, obviously, we're still in Frankston, and things tend to happen here that don't happen anywhere else. In fact, you just left just before we started recording the episode. You were gone for probably 55 seconds, and you came back in and you were like, I'm so fucking glad that we're leaving. Now, you didn't leave my property. You just went into the backyard to piss. What happened?
I think your neighbour saw my dick.
I've been telling all of you guys the fences are so low, and there's a chick who lives there.
Not that one.
Not that one.
So you know, like that one over the fence from their back door.
Yeah,
I think it was a she. She came out the back.
yeah.
Made eye contact with me, and
While you're pissing.
I lazily, because there's like never anyone in the backyard or whatever.
Yeah.
As I was just doing my fly up and maybe putting things back.
Yeah.
I turned around. I did it all in one motion.
Oh no.
So I think she saw the back end of me slipping it back in my fly and zipping it up. And she went out, saw me, and then went back in. She didn't like continue. She didn't go out and continue what she was going through in the backyard.
That's great.
Like she'd walked in on you in the bathroom.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, but it's her backyard.
Yeah, it's her own backyard, and she can just see over the fence. Your fences are so short.
So short, yeah. That's why I don't piss out there because I feel like from their point of view, it must look like that I'm just snooping.
Yes,
because
you'd be standing over the fence for 45 seconds going.
Yeah, especially my back neighbours. I haven't met them, obviously. So I'm so tall, it would, from their point of view, it makes much more sense for me to be on a stepladder than to me to be actually this tall. Just looks like I'm on a stepladder looking over their fence.
Yeah, well, I'm glad I'm not coming back. Great way to go out.
Yeah,
not really. Good. Feel really bad. Yeah,
poor woman.
I do. I hope she didn't see anything.
Well, lucky woman. Depending.
I think either way that was unwanted.
Yeah, I think so. If she immediately ran away.
Technically, you're allowed to do whatever you want on private property, right? Are you allowed to be naked in your backyard?
Yeah, there was a guy, I remember one of my favourite stories, an ongoing battle with this guy.
He was a nudist?
On his back fence, the back property sold, and they demolished it and built these giant apartments that had windows that went straight into his backyard. And he was petitioning for those windows to be fogged up so it let light in, but they couldn't see what he was doing. They kept saying no. So he would every single morning go into his backyard completely naked and drink coffee and do the gardening naked. And he did it for months and months and months. He got complaints. People would send him letters, stop. And then eventually they just caved and fogged up all those windows.
That's sick.
Yeah, what a legend.
But are you allowed to do that? Yeah, you are.
Obviously. I mean, if people were complaining and the cops didn't do anything, you can be naked in your own property.
Yeah.
I have a similar story. In high school, where we used to sit at lunchtime was right next to some guy's house.
Yeah.
And because we were in high school, we thought it was fun to look over the neighbour's backyard. Yeah. And then one day we were all just like jumping up to see what was over there. And this dude was sunbaking. Is that what it's called? Mm-hmm. Yeah, sunbaking naked. And we all saw his wang.
Like front up. Just having a lay.
Yeah, just having a lay.
That's so weird.
Absorbing the
Trying
rays.
to tan your cock. Like put in some Speedos, bro. Wear undies.
It's
Then
good
you don't
for
want to
you.
deal with the
Boosts your
tan line.
testosterone if you sunbake your nuts.
Says who?
Where did you get this information from?
I've been hearing that for years.
You've been out there just getting your tan on for years.
I got the tennis balls.
Like that's why I'm such a manly man.
I saw, speaking of tanning pseudoscience, there's a thing floating around of like tanning your perineum, which is your rim. These guys
So
doing
you have to
yoga completely naked and sitting on their shoulders and putting their asshole to the sun to absorb like the properties of the sun through their ass.
Just if you're gonna do that, just shelve a vitamin D tablet. What are you doing?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
It's time to do the final Frankston local goss. We haven't done local goss in a while.
No, we haven't. It's a fan favorite segment, but we've kind of forgotten about it because of how much fun we've been having with the Do You Know segment. So local goss, if you don't know, this is literally just local goss. Like, what have you heard around your neighborhood? We don't want scandals. We don't want in-depth stories and infidelity tales. We're talking literally, what have you heard someone say, like in line at the supermarket?
Yeah, or just like, hey, accidentally saw my neighbor's shaft the other day. Stuff like that.
Yeah. just little local goss, and we've decided to spice this segment up by making it really, immersive. Ruben's come up with a scenario that Luke and I will be put in to just, do a bit of local goss. So what's happening today, Ruben?
So today you are fathers at a primary school.
Uh-huh.
And you are fathers of the children there, but you're actually there during lunchtime volunteering for yard duty.
Would any schools allow this?
Yeah, that was a thing at my
Oh, really?
my
Primary
school.
schools, yeah.
Yeah, primary school yard duty.
Lewis is very hungover.
Yeah.
Keelan is a small snivelling child who is sitting on the bench because he didn't bring his hat today. And I'm a teacher.
Okay, all right.
And am I in this?
You're in this. There's nothing special about you, but you're there.
Well,
You're a
thanks for
dad.
giving one of the guys on the show a minor role in the sketch.
I usually just do one little thing
Okay.
because otherwise it's too many elements.
What are you? A teacher?
I'm just a teacher. Yeah.
All right,
You can
okay.
include us if you want.
Shall we begin? I don't know why I'm here. I don't know why I'm here. They brought me in to do yard duty. I don't even know what yard duty is.
Well, I mean, I don't think either of us should be here. We don't work here.
No.
Yeah. I'm just here for the kids,
Sorry?
to take care of the kids.
Oh. The way you said that was a little bit suspicious. That's
Yeah.
all right. That's
Who's
all
your kid?
right. The one on the bench crying.
Oh. What for? What's he crying for?
What's wrong, mate?
I didn't bring my hat.
Well, you know the rules. No hat, no play.
Yeah. I'm a sad boy.
Yeah.
Your dad's a drunk.
Hey. Hey, man.
Sorry. Oi.
You're lucky I'm even here. I shouldn't be. I've got a record.
Well, while we're here, we might as well catch up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what have you
because
been up
you're
to?
always at the pub. I never seem to catch you.
Yeah.
This one, my mate Connor,
Uh-huh.
Connor Williams,
I know Connor.
told me this. He actually
Yeah.
sent me an email.
Yeah.
And he was on his daily walk.
Yeah.
And he heard that Chelsea's not going to be invited to parties anymore
Oh.
because she apparently can't read social cues and has no filter.
Oh. He
So-
hates autistic people.
Well, the person who's not inviting her to parties does.
Wow.
Charlie just heard that. Don't shoot the messenger.
That's crazy.
My mate
crazy.
Charlie is... Oh, his name's Connor. My mate Connor...
Yeah.
Sorry, I have so many mates.
Well, speaking of people called Charlie,
Yeah.
my mate Charlie told me this.
That's what I was thinking of Charlie. I think another mate Charlie of mine sent me an email
Yeah.
too.
He said my mate, who's also named Charlie, is currently working at the pub and the alarm just went off. The place is allegedly haunted. Can't be sure though. Who knows?
Really?
Yeah.
Right.
That's what Charlie's mate Charlie reckons.
Oh shit! Hang on, the teacher's coming. Put your dick away.
Oh.
Hey mate, sorry. What's up?
Hey boys, how you going? It'd just be a bit better if you
What's happening?
Oh,
What's this? Oh.
Oh shit! It's assembly.
that's the that's actually that's not assembly. That's the
What are they screaming?
that's the lockdown thing. For I can't think of the words. You know when there's a terror threat.
A school shooting?
And then
Oh fuck!
and then they play.
Yeah, you need to hide.
Hang
Everyone
on,
hide.
hang on,
Holy
so-
Oh
fuck!
shit! Oh no!
It's like a code. It's the code. They play the anthem.
But everyone just has to stand up and be respectful. What?
No, there's
Attention teachers and students, that was a false alarm. Repeat, that was a false alarm. Please resume your classes. Also, Lewis Spears to the principal's office. Lewis Spears to the
Fuck.
principal's office.
Sorry, man. I gotta go to the principal's office. I'll see you soon. I'm too hungover for this.
Fuck.
Hey, mate. You wanted to see me in the principal's office?
Yes.
Why are you in the principal's office? You're just a teacher.
No, I'm the principal.
And a teacher.
And the teacher.
What class do you
Double
teach?
duty. History.
Well, what's the
You're
issue?
like, I teach principals.
primary school.
What's
Yeah.
the issue, mate? I'm supposed to be fucking picking up papers on yard duty.
Yeah.
Then
You-
there's a school shooting. Then it's a false alarm, and now I'm in trouble. What's going on?
You smell like scotch.
Well, of
And-
course, I came from the pub.
If we can be completely honest with you, you were the threat.
Well, okay. Well, maybe next time you tell me that I got to do yard duty, why don't you also say in the memo that I shouldn't bring my M16? Okay, you
well,
know I like the gun.
you know what? No more-
You know
no
I'm
more
a,
yard
I'm
duty.
a, I'm a staunch believer in the right to bear arms
You're
at a
dismissed.
school, a primary school. and fire it into the air.
This is Australia. You're under arrest, actually.
Well,
Yes,
you know
come
what,
on.
mate? You know what?
Yeah.
My neighbour Oscar probably lost his driver's license due to
really?
speeding, but he drives regularly anyway.
Right.
Sorry, how is that relevant?
So can I interrupt?
yeah.
This is one of the most fuck schools I've ever been to. I cannot believe I send my kids here.
Yeah.
Because not only have you taught them that the Australian national anthem is a sign, like you should be afraid of
Yeah.
of hearing it. You're also not really punishing the obvious drunk who claims he had a
I've
gun.
just-
Hey,
Missed
don't
him.
call me a drunk, mate. You know what?
What?
I think there's might be a new $2 shop opening up where the old Blockbuster.
Yeah, I was going to say, well, I've
Heard
got
that
you
from
all
Josh.
here. Teacher,
Yeah,
principal. My friend Rose told me at the post office today, actually, and
too hungover
heard
for this.
talk of the post office lady coming back to work on Friday, but the fill-in post office lady doubted it.
Well, anyway,
I heard.
I'm going back to the pub. Bye.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you have to leave.
Yeah.
Can you take your shit kid with you?
Yeah. Come on, mate. There's a hat in the car.
My dad hits me.
This might be the worst local goss we've ever done.
Yeah.
That was
that's
very
the best
confusing.
one. I like that you added in the kids screaming when
Yeah.
the national anthem
Where
started.
did you
Yeah.
find sound effects of children screaming in fear?
I just looked it up.
Well,
Did
then
you get that the last time you were at a school?
you keep them in the personal drive.
Is that what they do for school shooter drills?
I was surprised you were so confused. That's what they did at my school. Yeah, the Australian anthem was like code for there's a
Oh,
threat
you're
that
right.
has to
We
happen.
I
just did that
remember.
at assembly, and if anyone heard that, they'd be like, "Oh, is it assembly?
Yeah.
Should we be somewhere?"
I think that's the idea. So it's for the kids who have been trained that they know it's an alarm for the school shooter.
Oh, we
He
didn't do
just
that.
thinks, oh, they're playing the national anthem.
Yep, that's
we
it.
literally just had an alarm that went off, which is a
Yeah.
lot more clear to be like, get the fuck inside. There's someone here with
Yeah,
a
but
pit
then
bull
the-
and a gun.
Then the person
Pitbull.
knows that everyone's hiding.
Yeah.
You know, which I guess it doesn't matter. They're probably going to shoot people anyway.
You
but
should
like,
create panic.
Should you?
Yeah.
You reckon?
Yeah, because it creates more confusion. Like, imagine the news story, like
So
50
yours-
kids dead because people were standing there politely singing the national anthem.
So
Like,
your strategy to get
Scream
everyone
and
through
run.
an active shooter situation
Scream
is
and
throw
run.
a couple of kids to the wolves and hope yours makes it out alive.
no, all run. All
Everyone
run.
runs. At the
Everyone
gun.
run. Because there'll be a lot of, why are they playing the national anthem? Too much hesitation.
Well, I think,
Yeah.
Luke, you're missing the very important point is that the kids know what that is.
But
It's
the
not like they
but the
go-
dads on yard duty had not been told. Clearly,
Yeah,
one of the
that was
dads
an
stood
issue.
up to sing
Yeah,
respectfully,
he did.
Yeah.
and he would have been shot.
Yeah.
In the scenario.
Why was he? Sitting
Yet I
down,
didn't even
by the
know
way?
one of the other dads had a gun.
Yeah,
Like there was the security at that school was terrible.
really bad.
Yeah. Yeah,
that
that's my
school's
bad.
awful. A lot of gossip going around there, though.
Yeah, it's good that dads got to catch up.
yeah.
I do, although I don't feel like it was the best scenario to catch up in.
No, probably not. No,
It's high
if I was-
stress environment.
If I wanted to catch up with a mate, I wouldn't pick like an active shooter scenario.
The
to
first
catch
one
up.
was like, hey, you guys are just catching up at a park, and there was
Yeah.
like birds in the background. And there was a
Oh,
dog
that's right,
barking.
there was a bird.
Now it's
Ruben's
like
getting
there's a school
creative.
emergency.
That was 2 minutes in. You had a bit of time for gossip before that.
How can I elevate this idea? I know, active shooter.
No, you added that.
Well, I was thinking about how do I end that. I was like, maybe I didn't want to have actually someone die, so that's why it was a false alarm. And
Oh, okay, good.
yeah.
Guys,
What?
I like that.
have you ever had the thought, probably after watching the Truman Show, that you are on this like your own TV show and everyone's watching and everyone else in your life is an actor?
I think everyone's had that thought at least once, but if you have it regularly, you're either self-absorbed or might be having a mental breakdown.
Yeah, well, I'm a lunatic and a narcissist, so I've been thinking about this quite a bit recently.
You reckon that all three of us are paid actors, and that maybe 10,000 people who listen to the show
Yeah,
are getting paid to
well,
do so?
they're all fake.
Oh, they're not real.
Yeah,
Fake
it's
numbers.
producers leaving comments, obviously.
Oh, really?
Yeah. No, the reason why I had this thought, right? It's not a thing I think about all the time, which is good. But recently, I would say 2 months ago,
Yeah.
I told a friend of mine, kind of in jest, kind of seriously, that it's one of my bucket list goals or like a dream of mine to say, lock it in, Eddie, to Eddie Maguire,
Yeah.
which is like a fun dream to have. Like
Yeah.
it's a cool phrase people get to say on Millionaire.
Yeah.
If you don't know overseas people, we have a show called, everyone has the show, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
Yep.
The host is a guy named Eddie Maguire.
Yep.
And when he asks them a question, he'll be like, would you like to lock it in? And then often people say, lock it in, Eddie.
Yeah.
And it's just like an ongoing...
Become a saying in Australia.
a saying in Australia. If someone goes like, oi, what do you want from the shops? 2 snakes? And you go, yep, lock it in, Eddie.
Yeah.
It's just a thing people will say. I told someone that 2 months ago. Didn't think anything of it.
You know another thing people say in relation to Eddie? Oh, that guy's bloody racist.
Oh, why does that guy still have a job?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's doing a terrible job over at Collywood, isn't he?
Yeah, I'll never forgive him for when he fucking kicked me out of the elevator.
He was very rude to you.
It was so
Eddie
rude.
Maguire was aggressively rude to you.
Yeah.
Luke
Yeah.
comes into the radio one day looking like shit,
No, that's not part of the story.
looking shocked and angry. And we go, what's wrong? He goes, I just met
Oh,
Eddie Maguire.
right.
Like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
why aren't you excited?
So I rock up to the elevator and I go, I press up,
Yeah.
right? Because I needed to go up to the second story.
Yeah.
And then I was on my phone and then one of the elevator just dings. And I didn't look at the little light to say if it was going up or down.
There's only 2 floors
There's
of the radio.
There's 2 elevators and I'm like on my phone. It's in the morning, so I'm like not really focusing. I just hear a ding and I go, oh, that must be mine because I've waited the normal amount of time that it takes for an elevator to come.
Yeah.
I step in, Eddie Maguire's in there. I stand in the corner. I'm like, I nodded him. I go, oh, go Eddie Maguire. And I go back on my phone and then he goes, mate, it's going down because I pressed level 2. He sees me press level 2 and he goes, mate, it's going down.
Yeah.
And I go, oh, sorry. And then he goes, well, and then I try and quickly open the door
Yeah.
and then the door closes and he gets so fucking angry at me. He's like, mate, I'm in a rush. You know, and I'm just like, well, and what pisses me off is I know he doesn't remember this interaction, but I think about it all the time.
But the amount
He
of
was
time...
so fucking annoyed.
But did you cost him any time at all?
The
by doing
time
that?
that it took for me to get in and press a button.
So like 6 seconds?
Because it would have opened anyway
Yeah.
on that floor because
Yeah.
someone got out.
Yeah.
So like 10 seconds. Like he's a busy guy. I get it. You know,
Very
he's president
obviously.
of Collingwood.
Yeah.
Does
CEO
millionaire.
of racism.
Yeah. But really not that busy.
That is so rude to a stranger that you almost have to respect the confidence.
I told the story better on, if you go listen to the episode that happened, because we actually, then 2 hours later, trashed him out on the network that he was on Triple M.
Yeah.
Which the bosses were not happy about.
Not happy about it all.
But
No.
you can go, the podcast is out there somewhere for a more detailed version of that story. I have forgotten exactly what he said to me. I just remember the look in his face. I'll never forget it. He was like, get the fuck out of this elevator with his eyes. Anyway, so I said to someone, lock it in, Eddie.
Yeah.
Didn't think anything of it. Over the next 2 months, 6 people have come up to me or put in conversation from all different parts of my life. My mum said this to me. One of my friends said it to me. Someone at a Patreon meetup said it to me.
Yeah.
They've all put in conversation this random fact about the movie Moana. They all come up to me.
What the fuck does that have to do with it? Okay. All
We'll
right.
get to it.
Yeah. Okay.
So a bunch of people keep coming up to me and telling me that, you know, in the movie Moana, The Rock actually only has one song in that movie.
Yeah.
He only sings one
You're
song.
welcome.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Bunch of people have told me that in the last 2 months. So like happened 3 times. I was
Uh-huh.
like, why the fuck do I keep hearing this fact?
Yeah.
And then the 4th time I was like, dude, I swear I've heard this fact like 3 times in the last month from
Hey,
different people.
You know the movie Moana?
Yeah.
You know The Rock, even though he's a main character, he's only got one song in that film.
Really?
Yeah, it's crazy.
I swear I've heard this a lot recently.
Yeah, lock it in, Eddie.
And then I was going to bed
Uh-huh.
at like 2 a.m. one night.
Yeah.
Oh, so then it happens another time. Then the final straw was my mum says it to me.
Yeah.
My mum does not know much about Pixar films at all.
Mm. She knows that.
She goes, I heard that he only has one song
Yeah.
in that movie. And I don't think this is such an interesting fact that it should be brought up to me a lot.
Have you seen Moana?
Yeah.
And I haven't seen. Was it a particularly popular film?
Yeah.
It's all right.
It was like the lesser popular Frozen, I guess.
Hot Frozen.
Hot Frozen. It was on a beach. So then I start thinking, as soon as my mum says it to me,
Melted.
I start thinking like
Yep.
something's up.
I'm really, really waiting to see where the fuck Eddie Maguire comes into this.
Well, this is what the producers of this show are thinking.
Yeah.
1 month down the track, I'm going to get a letter in the mail.
Yeah.
It's going to be an invite to Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Yeah.
Because they're looking for a season finale. Because my life hasn't been that interesting lately.
Yeah.
I'm up to the $500,000 question.
Yeah.
Eddie Maguire. In the Pixar film Moana,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson,
Uh-huh.
how many songs does he have? Like they asked that
I've
question.
heard it's one.
I know exactly. And I get to say,
Yeah.
lock it in, Eddie.
Right.
What if?
And they get to
So-
repackage this whole thing in like this. He's
Wow.
achieved his dream.
Yeah.
I get the question right. Boom. Season finale. Because otherwise, why the fuck would anyone just be telling me this all the time?
So what I was, so we're now at the end of your story,
Yeah.
and Eddie Maguire didn't come into it at all.
Yeah, he
no,
did.
Well, no, he didn't. He hasn't had any involvement with your life, other than when he was rude to you in the elevator.
Yeah,
I didn't say
remember
I
what he
didn't say
said
I
to you?
know my life is a TV show. I said I suspect, and that's why. Because okay, put it this way: if I get asked to be on Who Wants to Be Millionaire in the next month, I'll be sure. Although now
But
I've
you
ruined
made it sound like at the end of the story something was going to happen with Eddie Maguire. Nothing's happened with Eddie. You were just like, wouldn't
Eddie
it be cool
wasn't
if I
supposed
was
to
on?
be in this story. You asked me more about Eddie than we had to. I didn't want to tell that old story about Eddie. I just said to my friend, "Lock it in, Eddie,"
Yeah.
and we started talking about Eddie Maguire.
Yeah.
Cast your mind.
Wasn't
back.
supposed to be in the story.
Do you remember exactly what he said to you in the elevator?
Oh no, I don't. Was that all part of the script?
It was that movie Moana.
Yeah.
Rock only has one song.
Get the fuck out of my elevator.
But do you guys ever think about stuff like that, or
Sometimes.
am I fucking insane?
No, I think that's a fairly normal thought.
Because
to have.
I heard a really obscure fact
Yeah.
that I've never heard before 6 times in 2 months, and I
Maybe-
went, something's fishy about this.
Maybe in Diamond City that fact has kind of gone viral.
Maybe.
Like one person told one person, then it eventually just makes its way around to your mum.
A comedian was talking about it at a gig. This is the thing. It was like all these random parts of my life. I never even bring up the movie. I didn't particularly enjoy it. It was fine. Meg really likes it. I don't. Meg.
Meg.
So anyway,
Crazy fact.
do you guys have you ever thought you were on a TV show?
Yeah, I've thought that. But
Any-
then I saw the Truman Show and I thought, that's just
Yeah, that's insane. But no one has as stronger evidence as I do.
No, that is pretty compelling, actually.
It is.
I would say that almost works against you because surely if it is all scripted out, they would know not to repeat.
Well,
shit
now
to
I've
you.
fucked up their season finale because
What
I've
if-
figured it out.
What if it's a red herring and The Rock
Yeah.
actually sings 2 songs?
Oh, and they're doing it to create drama.
Yeah.
Mm.
So you don't win. You don't
The season finale is you get all the way to Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. You go,
Yeah.
1, lock it in, Eddie. And he goes, I knew you were a fucking moron as soon as I met you in the elevator. It's 2, idiot. And then Dwayne The Rock Johnson comes down and sings the other song to rub it in.
Yeah.
What can I say except you're stupid?
Yeah. And the only other, the main bit of evidence I have for against me not having a TV show about me and the fact that maybe life just exists,
Yeah.
right? It would be a fucking terrible show.
Yeah, there could be a better main character.
And
than
why
you.
were you cast as like a main? It's like,
What? I wouldn't be a main character?
and it's also too meta for a normal person to watch it from the outside world because it's like, why would you want to watch a guy that has a bunch of other shows?
Yeah.
It's like too many shows inside a show. It's
No, that's like the Marvel Cinematic Universe, you know? Started off with the Avengers. Look at it now.
yeah. So you think people from the outside world are actually listening to Luke and Lewis?
Yeah, maybe that's
It's like a
for the
spin-off
hardcores.
show.
Yeah.
Yeah, to the Kidul show.
It would be pretty good to know that obviously this is all scripted, and then to hear your perspective on scripted events that happened, like you know they
True. It's like, oh, I did this show. Yeah, like then they were like
Yeah.
to the neighbor, like, all right, he's pissing in the backyard. Go out now and pretend to see his dick, and then we'll hear it. And then like the true fans get a live reaction, like, all right, now record the podcast.
yeah,
Yeah, that's really good.
I think so.
Yeah. Anyway, that's just I've been up a lot this week. Clearly, I've been sleeping very well.
Yeah,
I think I might be going insane.
Maybe.
Yeah. But it's pretty self-indulgent to think that the world revolves around you.
Very.
And for about 10 minutes, I was like, maybe.
It could, though.
Have you seen any studio lights fall from the sky?
No. Nah.
It might just be reality. then.
Yeah, it might just be reality. I might just be tired. I do want to know, though, why so many people have been telling me about Moana.
That is really
Yeah,
weird.
it's really weird.
Especially because when did that film come out? Years ago.
People are going to start telling me after the show. I'll be in
terrible.
Ballarat, so I'm going to be like, hey, man.
You know the film The Moana.
Yeah. How many songs do you reckon The Rock has in that? Surprisingly, only one. Yeah.
You'll go 1, and then I'll
Right.
go, no, you fucking idiot. It's
Yeah.
2.
I reckon we should move on.
Yeah.
Ruben, you have a little bit of content. Does it involve you being potentially clinically insane?
No, I mean, that'll be up to you guys, but
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Weird.
I brought something pretty exciting to the final Frankston episode. I think you guys are. Well, actually, I don't know how you guys are going to feel about it, but for sure, I think the audience is going to love it. I don't think I need to say anything else. Just hit that button for me, Lou.
Okay, hang on. Let me figure out which button that is.
Okay, that's not ideal for the setup, but
Ruin their momentum a
Here we
little
go.
bit.
Hang on, let me just turn
And-
the speaker on.
all right. And just whenever you're ready, hit that button, Lou.
All right, sweet. Oh, sorry. that's
Okay,
the
all
wrong
right.
place.
Whenever you're ready, just big thing I'm bringing to the show. Hit that button.
Oh, no, sorry, that's the Frankston ending.
Okay, whenever you're ready, big thing I'm bringing to the show. Very exciting. Everyone's going to be really happy about this. Hit that button. Okay.
Well, now we
That's
have
not
to
the
do
button.
it. $2,000. Anyway.
Oh, that's gone down, hasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh boy, I'm glad I got out of that. All right, pretty exciting thing I'm bringing to the show. Final Frankston
Hang on.
episode.
Do we still have money in Ethereum?
Oh, yeah.
$1,000?
Yeah.
And it's going down?
Yeah, well, it was 1,500. Now it's 1,200. It'll come back up. It's still good. It's still
Going
good.
down and staying down.
Yep.
All
Anyway,
right.
Coles.
Yep.
Okay, here we go. Bringing something very exciting to the show. Hit that button.
They said it couldn't be done. But the people wanted more. This episode, to close off the Frankston saga, the return, the part 2. Right now, it's Ruben's second Beijing story. The Beijing story commences now.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty big,
Yeah, that's huge. You know what's crazy?
Yeah.
Getting a sequel to something that was really shit.
You know what
No, I don't
was
think so.
crazy?
Yeah.
How well received your story
Exactly.
was. A few people... should we recap the previous story?
Yeah, go for
Because a
it.
few people...
Should we? That's a good question. Should we? The answer will not shock you.
Well,
A few
Oh,
people
again.
think a few people think you got scammed because Ruben
That's
told
interesting.
a story that he was in a Beijing tea house
Yeah.
and he paid $80 for tea
Yeah.
essentially because a few people were
And
friendly
a bit of
to him.
alcohol. I don't know what the alcohol was. Maybe it was really expensive.
But apparently this is a scam they run, and apparently
white
this
people.
the scam
Really?
is just being friendly and then
They be
guilting
friendly
them
to foreigners.
guilting
Okay,
them into paying
that's
way
really-
too much.
You know, here's actually an additional detail that is actually interesting now you've brought that up. So it was a man and his daughter that brought me into the tea house.
Yeah.
And when they brought the bill, he was like, let's split the bill in half. But his daughter's like old, like probably older than me.
Yeah.
And then I saw the bill, I was like, that's too much. I want to split it 3 ways, which I thought was rude to ask, but I was like, I'm not going to pay that much.
But you are a known
Notorious
cheapskate.
cheapskate.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was still $80 after we split 3 ways.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you would have paid what?
One over
120.
100. Yeah.
Yeah, they're definitely working for the business and not actually paying.
That's very interesting. But there aren't many white people. I guess if you just walked for ages, eventually you'd find some white people.
I guess so.
Anyway, second story. Here we go.
Fuck, what a letdown. I don't know if this deserves a sequel. That little bit of information made the first story so much more interesting, and it still ended with anyway. So
That's not what we're
This
here
is like
for.
one of those movies where you're like, they made a fucking second one?
yeah.
Really?
Other people wanted it.
Yeah.
All right. I know you guys didn't like it. That's fine, but the people wanted it.
This is
so
like
here we are.
when I found out there was like 5 Sharknado films. I was like, really? People want more shark tornadoes?
This one's gonna blow your socks off, guys.
Okay.
I'm not wearing socks. I'm wearing slides.
All right, it's gonna blow your slides off. It's gonna slide your slides off. So I'm in Beijing looking for a bite to eat. I've actually Googled somewhere that does vegan food. So I go in there. It's this big
Bad
restaurant.
start.
I haven't.
So I was Googling
Really
a vegan
begun.
restaurant. Shit. Start.
All right, already getting heckled. Big restaurant. There's not many people in there. I sit down. The server comes over. She's clearly very surprised to see a white
Interjection.
person.
When does it get good?
It's already peaked, to be honest with you guys.
Okay. All right. So she's
No, it's gonna
surprised
get
to
good.
see a white person.
Yeah. She gives me the menu. I look through me. It's everything's so cheap.
Yeah.
And there's so many things. So I just order like a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Not knowing how big the serving sizes are going to be. And everyone's freaking out. All the staff can't believe it. This white guy's come into their restaurant, ordered the whole fucking menu.
Yeah.
They bring it over. There's no way I can finish all of it. And then eventually,
How much food are we talking? Like how many dishes?
oh, probably 7 dishes.
what?
they
You
were
go
all-
to a
all like-
restaurant. Hang on. You go to
Yeah.
a restaurant by yourself and you order 7 things.
Yeah, because it was so cheap. There was like $3 a dish, guys.
So
So
don't
you were
need
thinking
7
it's small portions.
Yeah,
You
a
were
lot
like,
of them were
oh,
entrees, so they were small, but like not that. Small.
You've ordered yourself a banquet.
Yes, exactly, and they couldn't believe it. They were just losing their minds.
Where were you in Beijing? Were you in like a poor area accidentally?
I don't think so. No, I was like walking around the tourist site, so it was like nearby. Anyway, eventually, I think I pay. She comes up to me and she says, "Oh, is it okay if we show you something?" And I'm like, "Okay, sure." And so she takes me like out the back of this restaurant, and it opens up into this really narrow, low-ceilinged hallway.
Oh no.
And everything's fine, but
Yeah.
there are like all these doors, and she shows me. I don't know. I still to this day have no idea what this place is, but there are like all these small temples through some of the doorways, and I just check them out. I go sick. I don't know,
I
man.
think you just ate at like some cult's headquarters.
Quite possibly. And then at the end, she takes a photo with me.
With you?
Yeah, she's like, "Can I get a photo?" And I was
Like
like,
a white
"Sure."
guy came in.
Yeah.
And I know you guys.
She's
think
probably
I'm-
a big Shrek fan. She's like, Lord Farquaad has graced us with his presence from Jewel Lock.
I know you guys think I'm short, but wait until you see this photo. I look like a giant. This woman is so small. We'll put it up on screen. I'll get it up for you. And then at the end, I'm like, "All right, thank you very much, everyone. Everyone's coming to say thank you, goodbye." I'm like, "No worries." And
You're some kind of god.
I know.
How
Ordered
much,
7
how much did
dishes.
you spend? Like $20.
I have probably would have been like $30 maybe, like really not much money.
Yeah.
And at the end, I tried to tip them. Probably tried to tip them like $20.
Yeah.
Which was like half the price of what I just
Yeah.
ate. And they just started freaking out. They couldn't believe I was trying to give them money. I don't even think they know what a tip was.
You clearly didn't have to tip them.
Yeah, I know, but they were being so kind to me. And so I was like,
I don't know. I
"They're
feel like
really
if
nice."
someone brought me to a temple and then started worshipping me in the temple, I'd give him a tip.
Yeah, so I gave
I'd
them a
run.
tip.
I'd run the fuck away. That sounds like I'm being inducted
Yeah.
into some kind of.
Well, they were letting me
Religion.
leave, and I tipped them, and they bowed down to me, and they didn't really, but anyway, that was it. That's the end of my story. That's Beijing story number 2. Thank you so much.
I was gonna say, can I
That was good. That was good.
say
Yeah.
something?
Yeah.
Why didn't you tell that yesterday?
Because that wasn't about karaoke. It all came off organically.
True. That's why they were so stoked that you were there and they worshipped you, is because they hadn't heard you sing.
Yeah, probably.
You started singing, they would have gone, "Oh fuck, get this guy out of here."
Yeah, so I hope everyone enjoyed that.
It still ended on a low.
It did. Well, it didn't really have
I
anything,
reached
but
for the lull horn and then went, I don't know.
Yeah, I tried to really get out of there.
Narrowly
ASAP.
avoided that horn.
I was gonna lull my
Thanks for
own Truman Show bit before. I thought about lulling it towards the end.
Jeez, the first this episode is weird because we are saving a lot of good stuff for the first episode in the studio.
Just keep it ready for the
But
rest
yeah,
of the
just
episode.
keep it ready because we there are a lot of good things that we were like, "Oh, should we do that?" We're like, "Nah, save it for the big one." And now we're kind of here after Beijing story number 2, 45 minutes into the episode.
If the neighbor hadn't have seen my cock, this would have been not a strong episode.
Well, that's good to know. Like, if we come in short on
just flash
ideas,
your
you could
neighbour.
just leave and show your dick to someone outside.
It seems
That
a little.
might be a poor reflection on us
And the
if we
show.
start doing that in the new studio.
It's problematic moving forward. Like,
Imagine
particularly
investing
in the
thousands
climate.
of dollars to a guy, and
Yeah,
they
yeah.
won. Not only do they show up with nothing to do, like
Mm-hmm.
for their own show, they got no content.
Yeah.
But their idea to get more content is by showing their penis to strangers outside your business.
Yeah, it's terrible. You would hate to be the people that have built us the studio.
But you know what? Nothing they can do about it. Is
Nah,
there?
because they've already built it. I have one more piece of content that we were actually really trying to avoid doing. It came up as an idea for the previous show and
Yeah.
then got bumped.
Yeah.
We were trying to bump it for today. I think we're just trying to eternally bump this,
Yeah.
but we're in a situation where,
Well, we either do it or we honk the horn.
or we just leave early. Like, we just go, like, guys,
No, we can't
Because we're-
finish early the final episode in Frankston.
Sure.
We can't just fuck off.
or we end this era on a show on a fat old lull. The thing on the whiteboard just says kettle.
I like this.
Do you think the kettle bit's good?
I think this is going to be good because I have a video to show you.
Oh, okay.
So we recently found out that Americans recently found out what a kettle is.
Yes.
So Americans,
Should clarify electric kettle.
yeah, electric kettle.
We found out about this on the Patreon night. The Luke and Lewis, we were watching this reality show
Yeah.
on the Discord, and someone brought it up. There was a kettle on the show, and then I think maybe an American was in there and went, "What's that?" And then it blew everyone's mind.
Oh, crazy. But this is true. A lot of Americans don't know what kettles are. And the rest of the world found out that Americans didn't know this because of this TikTok that went insanely viral in all over the world for 2 different reasons. So this went viral in America. It's a woman explaining what an electric kettle is and how good they are. And it went viral in America because Americans saw the video and were like, oh my God, what's this crazy invention? And it went viral everywhere else in the world because everyone else was like, wait, they don't know what kettles are?
Yeah.
This is the video.
This right here, so handy. You need this if you are living on your own. It's a water boiler. It'll literally boil your water in like 2 minutes. You just put some water in it, put it on that thing, push this thing down.
Is this a
and it
kettle
goes. But
tutorial?
Yeah. That's it.
It'll literally boil your water in 2 minutes. How do they boil water? Like on the stove?
Yeah, on the stove. That's why I saw this and then I started researching. They don't know what kettles are. That's why, Luke.
I heard why.
They don't have tea. Like, their tea is like real sugary stuff because you can make that in big batches where you can't really do that with small little tea bags.
They don't have tea bags.
Yeah. Like, think about it. Did you see when you were in America? I didn't see a single tea bag like at
I
all
don't
those
drink tea.
buffets. But if you're at a buffet thing, you usually
It's not
see
something you
They
notice
drink
until you
like
notice
sweet
it.
tea, which is just like iced tea that we get here. but
Sugar.
Really sugary.
Yeah.
They have unsweetened tea, but it's
So the
essentially the same
reason
thing.
for this, the reason why they don't have kettles is America's infrastructure, like that the country's built
They
on, the
can't support
electricity
it.
and the gas, it cannot support kettles. Like, a kettle uses a lot of electricity, and they don't use them at all.
Yeah, right.
So they just have never used a kettle before, and I think that's fucking hilarious. That
Please sound off below if you are an American and we're blowing your fucking mind right now that there is an electric way to boil water
yeah.
that is 2 minutes. That
I
takes
guess-
2 minutes. Because how long does it take to boil it on a stove? We only do that shit if the power's out.
Yeah.
I remember when I was a kid, we would just like literally freak out if we like when the power's out. Mum's like, "Oh, we're gonna have to boil things on the stove," and I'm like, "You can do that?"
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that's like it's a big interesting thing.
yep.
That Americans just don't use kettles. I think that's crazy. And it's really funny that like Americans will be like, "Oh, we live in the best country in the world," and like they don't have enough electricity to run a kettle in a lot of their cities, which is just hilarious.
Right. All right, well, we're pretty much wrapping up here, I guess. Thanks for listening to the end of the era.
Yeah, this is the final episode in Frankston, and we're really happy and grateful for your support, and we can't wait to start the episodes from our brand new studio, and we also will be revealing where it is, who we're working with, the lucrative $1 million partnership deals that I've signed and excluded Luke from the contract.
Yep. I'm looking forward to hearing about them for the first time as well on the show. I was not aware of this deal.
As the you know, I'm in charge of all the finances of the show. I didn't want to tell you until we'd officially announced it and you couldn't really back out of it.
Yeah.
It's actually a $1 million deal that we've signed.
Great.
And yeah, it is great for the show.
Yeah.
As you know, the guy that negotiated the deal, obviously I need a cut. You'd think that's fair. You know, without me, this money wouldn't have come into the business.
Yeah. So were you looking at something like 99% or something like that?
More 100 for me.
That's not fair.
Well,
99, I would have been like, well, you did a lot of the work.
Okay, well, how about 99.5? You can have the other 0.5, but a lot of that will be tied up by fees.
Cool.
Like admin fees.
Yeah, right.
But we'll sort that out later. Thank you very much for listening.
That was just for the last 5 minutes.
Thank you very much. So that's the mic's gone. Thanks for listening, guys. Obviously, we're packing up and finishing up the show in Frankston, so we're on a tight schedule. That's why we just had to dismantle the set here. But thank you, and we'll talk to you in the new set on Tuesday. Bye.